Lynn Rosato with Hallie Hill Animal Sanctuary is back this week to introduce me to another pet who's in need of a great home here in the Lowcountry for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook.
Lynn Rosato with Hallie Hill Animal Sanctuary. Welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
Oh, I'm doing great. I know you have a lovely dog right next to you.
I sure do. This is Magnolia. What a lovely Southern name, huh?
Yes, yeah, exactly right.
She's such a sweet girl.
Yes.
She came to us from Colleton County.
Right.
We don't know a whole lot about her backstory, but we are learning a lot about her now that she's been here at the sanctuary with us. She's only about a year, 8 months, not quite 2.
Wow.
So she's a young girl. And she spent, of course, the bulk of her life in a shelter situation. So interestingly, she is very people-focused.
Yes.
Loves to be with people.
Yes.
She's snuggling up here before we went on. She's snuggling up here with me, laid down. She's loves to be with her people. She came in the house and went right over to my husband to say hello.
Yes, yes.
So she's a sweet girl. She is a medium size. You can't really tell from her sitting next here to me on the couch, but we think she's probably Australian sheepdog, maybe Catahoula.
Yes.
We never know exactly what their makeup is, but she is a very smart, clearly very smart.
Yes.
She's learning quickly how to get what she wants, and she's learning to respond to some simple commands.
Yes.
Does pretty well on a leash.
Yes.
She doesn't fight that at all. Love the car.
Yes.
Us looked around and had a grand old time. So we are looking for a home for her. She's active because she's young and she's a strong dog.
Yes.
So an active family that wanted to put the time in to give her some training and teach her how to be a wonderful member of a family would be a good family.
Yeah. And you said she's people focused. So what type ideal family would be good for her?
Yeah, she active, a dog like this that's pretty active. If we think she's a Catahoula Australian sheepdog, she's a working dog.
Yes.
So she would need lots of activity, lots of running, and that's easy to do if you have the right kind of yard.
Oh, yes.
And she probably would do well with not babies or toddlers, but a little bit of an older, 4, 5, 6 years old, who could learn. The children need to learn how to work with the dogs as much as the dogs need to learn to be part of a family. So that would be a good fit for her.
Absolutely. And speaking of family, let's talk about events that are going on with Hallie Hill this month. Yes,
we have a very exciting event coming up that we're looking forward to on February 11th.
Right.
It's called our Candlelight Vigil. I did look up the long-range weather, and it's looking pretty good. It's 2 weeks away, but on the 11th, but no rain, and it's supposed to be in the 60s. The event is at 6:30 in the evening, so it's going to be at our cemetery in our log cabin, which is called Angel's Crossing, and we're going to string up some fairy lights. And really, the purpose of the event is to honor our animals who we have lost, our own animals in our own lives. I have lost a number of cats over the years, and I still think about them every day. And many people have lost animals that have been just a very significant part of their life. So we want to give people the opportunity to honor them.
Yes.
Open to the public. Everybody is welcome.
That's exactly right. And I know, and I want to pick up where we left off in the last interview, but let's talk about the state of euthanization. Where are we with that conversation right now?
Yes, right. The Candlelight Vigil, as well as honoring our own pets, we would like to heighten awareness of the number of animals that sadly have to be euthanized out of a shelter situation. I did look up some numbers. Believe it or not, 6.3 million animals enter shelters every year. hard to believe. This data is from the ASPCA, and of those 6.3 million, thankfully 810,000 are returned to their owners. And that's because the owners were responsible and had their animals microchipped, had identification on them, and that is the most foolproof way to get your animals returned to you. One thing about microchips to remember is when you move or your phone number changes, you need to update those chips.
That's right.
So often we get animals in that are chipped, and we can check right at the sanctuary and do, but if the information is out of date, there's no way to find the owners.
That's right.
So please keep those microchips updated. Add that to your to-do list when you move.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right.
So out of that 6.3 million, 4.1 million are adopted. And that is a great number, and we're very thankful. Do you want to lay down? All right. We're very thankful to those families that, whoops, there you go. To those families that do adopt, because they have a big heart and they're willing to take some animals into their home as a family member, and we're so thankful for that. But here is the number that makes us very concerned. 920,000 animals are euthanized every year out of a shelter situation, and it's only because they don't have a home.
Wow.
There's nowhere for them to go.
Jesus.
And part of our candlelight vigil, I have goosebumps even talking about it. Part of our vigil is to try and heighten awareness of that number. We miss our own animals, and we are very sad for the animals that never knew a loving home, because there are too many animals in the shelters. And the way to avoid that is to spay and neuter.
Sure. Absolutely.
Spay and neuter. That should be really a paramount priority when you get an animal. If you spay and neuter, that helps us keep more animals out of shelters that do not have homes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So we invite everyone out on the 11th at 6:30. Yes. We're going to have cookies and some wonderful hot beverages, and an opportunity to bring pictures of your animals that you remember so fondly, and lots of people there who are of like mind, who really would like to talk about and enjoy the memories of their animals that brought them so much.
Absolutely. And switching gears, let's go back to Miss Magnolia. How do we adopt her?
Yeah, Magnolia is at HallieHill.com. Everything Hallie Hill. It can be found on our website, and again, that's HallieHill.com, and you go to the Adoptable Dogs tab, and her picture will be there among the other many, many dogs that we have available for adoption.
Right.
Fill out the application, and Michelle will get back to you as soon as she can. We have a very small staff, so a little bit of patience may be needed, but we will invite you out to meet the animal that you're interested in. Bring your animals with you. That's an important piece. We really want, your animals and to meet the animal that you'd like to bring into your home, so we can see that it's a good fit.
Absolutely.
So HallieHill.com is the way to do that for both cats and dogs.
Absolutely. Looking forward to Miss Magnolia and others being adopted as well.
I hope so. I certainly hope so. She's a sweet girl.
Yes, she is. She is indeed.
Yeah.
Well, Lynn Rosato with Hallie Hill Animal Sanctuary, thank you so much for your time. And again, welcome back to Quintin's Close-Ups. And I think I'll talk to you right after I get back from Nashville again.
Oh, okay. We'll schedule that. We'll have someone else wonderful for you to meet that needs a loving home.
Yes, ma'am. Absolutely.
Thank you, Quintin.
Thank you.